Hi everyone, it's Sabrina from Silver Heights Neighborhood Association. I hope you guys are having a great day. For today's video craft activity, we are going to be doing the paper suns. So if you are in the 4 to 6 camp, this is the activity that we have planned for 4 to 6s. So you're going to grab your camp in a box and I'm going to let you know how we're going to do the paper suns. Super simple and it's going to be a lot of fun. So in your craft box, in your camp in a box, you should have a paper plate. You should have 2, I believe, in your camp in a box. You should have the paper ones that are a bit more flimsy. In my camp in a box, I forgot to put my paper plate in there, so I have just a styrofoam paper plate, which doesn't work as great as the paper ones that you guys have, but it's enough for me to just explain the activity to you. So you're going to grab your plate, and this is going to act as our sun, and you're going to start by decorating the sun. So you can paint it, or you can color it, or you can draw on it, do whatever you guys want to your sun, and then I will tell you what we're going to do next. So grab your paper plate and start decorating. So I'm going to be using the paints that we also provide you in your camp in a box. So if you have that, you can use this paint, or again, you can use any other paint that you have or markers, totally up to you. So I'm going to grab the orange and the yellow colors in our paint package, and I'm going to start using them. I did play around with it a little bit, and because the video you can't quite see the color that shows up, don't worry, in person you can see the color, I promise you. So I'm going to take the paintbrush that we also have, and I'm just going to start decorating the paper plate. So I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I promise you in person you can see it, and it'll show up even better on the paper plates that you guys have because they are the right ones. So I'm going to paint a little bit of this onto my paper plate, and then maybe use some markers just so you guys maybe could see it a little bit more on the video. And I'm just giving my son a nice little smiley face. You guys really can't see the color, but in person the color is there, right? And that's all that really matters, right? So we're going to keep painting. And again, you can use acrylic paint if you have that. I'm sure that'll work just as well. I'm just going to keep on painting. Maybe add a bit of thicker paint. Maybe that'll show off a bit more. But just remember, depending on the paint that you put on your paper suns, it may take a longer to fully dry, so keep that in mind so you're not grabbing a ton of paint. And yes, you can paint your sun any color you want. I'm just going to use yellow and orange. And I'm going to try and put a bit of thicker paint just so it could come across on the camera a bit better and you can see it. Can you see that a bit better? No, you really can't. But in person, I promise you, it's looking like a yellow sun. So now I'm just going to go in and grab my orange paint to add some orange to my sun. And hopefully when you guys are watching this, it's super sunny outside, so it'll go in with the weather. So I'm going to add some of the orange, and maybe you guys can see it that way. Is that a bit better? Can you see it? You can kind of see the orange, and I know it looks super thick on here, but again, once it's dried, it'll set really nicely. And I'm sure on the paper plates that you guys have, this works even better. And this paint that we give you guys is super sparkly, so it's really nice and a nice little reflecting off of that. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to be able to make it any more vibrant for you guys to see on the screen, but in person you definitely can see the color. Promise you guys. Okay. So for the next step for our sun is we are going to grab the clothespins. And if you don't know what a clothespin is, 4 to 6s, it is this in your Camp in a Box. So you're going to go in your Camp in a Box, and we provide you about 8. So you should take all 8 of them out, and you get to decorate every individual clothespin. Fun, huh? So it's going to be totally customizable. So I'm going to, you can paint them. I just don't know if the paint will show up. So I'm going to use a marker and just kind of show you I'm just decorating it like that. And this is going to act as our little stems or lines for our sun, and it'll start looking more like an actual sun. I'm going to take that orange paint again and start painting the clothespin. Again, in person, I can see it. It's definitely showing up on the clothespin. Super sparkly. I don't know if you guys can see how sparkly it is up there. If I can try to get closer and show you guys. It's super sparkly. I know it just looks like it's wet on this video, but I promise you guys it's sparkly. So I'm going to go ahead and color all of my clothespins orange. So I'm going to grab another marker and start coloring and making it easy that way too. I definitely think the marker may work better if we're using this kind of paint on the clothespins. But if you have acrylic paint, that might work as well. So I'm just going to be doing some colors on the clothespins, and then I'm going to put the orange sparkle paint on top. So it's extra sparkly, and it'll look super nice. So we gave you guys 8. You don't have to use all 8 if you don't want to. If you just want your sun to just be the plate, totally fine. You don't have to do this, but we're just bringing it just in case you guys want to take it to the next step. And then I will show you and let you guys know what we're going to do with those clothespins and how it's going to look all over the paper suns. And make sure if you guys do this, you guys send us a photo because we can't wait to see how your suns look like. You guys don't have to paint them like I did. You can use different colors. It can be your own made-up sun. It doesn't even have to be a real sun look-alike. Okay, I'm going to go back in with this little orange paint, and I'm going to take a clothespin that I've colored already and put this on top, and I think it makes it stand out a little bit better. So there's a tip for you guys. If you guys want to color or paint or go on marker with the clothespin and then put the sparkly paint that we gave you guys, it makes a pop. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And grab my little paintbrush and paint a bit on that. And remember, it'll take, depending how much paint you use, a little bit to dry. But if you just leave it outside in the sun, I'm sure it'll dry in no time. So if you guys just want to see what I'm doing, I'm just taking the paint and dipping it into the orange one here. But again, use any color you'd like. And I'm going to put it over top of the clothespin. And in person, it's super reflective and sparkly. So I'm just going to do that to all 8 of my clothespins. And then I will put it together and show you my sun. So I have 2 more to decorate and show you guys. All right, so I have all of my clothespins here, if you can see them, all down there. And now I'm going to take my plate. It's not dry yet, but I'm going to just put them on like this. So you're going to grab your clothespin, and the part where it opens up like this, you're just going to stick it all around your sun. So I put one on top, one on the side, one on the bottom. Is that the right way? No. Okay. Whoop. One this bottom and on this side. So it's going to start looking like this. And then I take the other 4 and I put it one in the middle of these two. One here. One here. And then the last one up here. And now it looks like a sun. And in person, it definitely, the colors are there. So don't worry if you can't see all the colors. On your paper plate, the paper ones that we gave you guys, it'll show up even better. And then you have all of your clothespins for the sun. So that is it for this Paper Suns activity. And yes, make sure if you guys do this, you guys send us a photo because I'd love to see all the different suns that we've created. So yes, hope you guys have a great day and make sure to leave it out in the sun for it to dry afterwards. Bye guys.